I just got here and it's time to talk about rezero, and this episode just hurts a lot because this is honestly a tragedy here with Teresia, the sword saint of Astrea family, Wilhelm, one of my favorite characters in the series, the relationship between him, his son, his grandson, his wife, just everything that happened, they're just shattering this entire family here. And even more right now for a second time what happened here with Teresia, and this one hurts quite a lot, just showing how much Wilhelm loved Teresia here. But anyway, let's get into the episode and talk about it. It goes back and forth a bit. We see a lot more expanded on Teresia's life with Wilhelm, their first meeting, and her saying it was love at first sight, and if he knew how he would have reacted to that. We see the continuation to that towards the end of the episode. The how well they work together, just clashing a bit, but also really falling for each other, especially Wilhelm, and her asking him every time, do you love flowers, and him not being able to tell her I love you just probably hurt him so much inside, considering everything that happened, how he lost her. Just he was always dodging that question every time. Yes, yeah, but sometimes, but just without actually saying it. And what we saw in season 1, honestly, that conversation that he had with Subar also when they're fighting the whale, just awesome character Wilhelm here, and seeing the way they parted ways when I come back, and the last words she said to him, and imagine losing somebody and you're not able to get closure. You blame yourself. You see everything that happened, even more considering he took away the Sword Saint title from her here, and when they're fighting, imagining that person coming back to life and you have to fight them here. And I have to say, I want to punch Heinkel so much, but I also do in a way understand his behavior, and we're gonna talk a bit about Heinkel. Also, he shows up during the fight and extracts Wilhelm, causing him to get wounded, and Teresia going after Heinkel to kill him, having your mother coming after you to kill you like a Terminator there, and Wilhelm begging, pleading, doing anything and everything, struggling to get her attention, to get her to stop from killing their son. Just damn, that one hurts so much. But here is where I feel like the family kind of shattered a lot more here. Reinhard shows up, saves Heinkel and Wilhelm. He's actually able to draw the sword, and it felt like the entire world was shaking there, like everything around him, just the sheer power here. And Wilhelm still begging Reinhard not to kill her, but Reinhard was on a mission, and it's this is why I love this race. It's not black and white. Like, all of them have a point here. Like, Reinhard didn't saw her as his grandmother. Like, he didn't saw her as she came back alive. She's already dead. I'm just gonna kill this monstrosity that is using her body. That's how he saw her. He cuts her down in one shot here. And we're gonna come back to this scene because just it destroyed the family there. And we see a bit of the flashback, how they got to this point, to be in this position here. And we see a bit of Teresia's tragedy, her life, this title, this blessing being forced upon her when she was 12 years old. She became the Sword Saint, kind of destroyed her brother's dream. He was training, but instead she got the blessing, and her father pushing it, pick up the sword, everybody using her for their own schemes, power as a symbol of power there, and she never really wanted this power, and she felt guilty for doing that to her brother, even though it wasn't intentional there. During her first fight, the hesitation here, she wasn't able to fight, but I have to give major respect to her brother. Like, what happened between her and her brother, of course it affected him also, but he still protected his little sister, and that's what a brother should do. He was there to protect her. Maybe he should have pushed her a bit, I don't know. What ifs and hindsight is always 2020, because he told her, you don't have to fight, leave it to us. And of course she took that. every time we're scared, you're trying to dodge the thing that is scaring you, or the thing that you don't want to do. You avoid it as much as possible, and she did that, but she wasn't allowed to step down after what happened here, despite of that, because her brother died during that fight there. And of course she started blaming herself. Imagine losing your brother after everything that he did for her, and her hesitation. Yeah, you can make an argument. If she would have fought, maybe things could have gone differently, or maybe should have died also instead of him. So what ifs and what ifs ever, but more and more things were piling up upon her, and having this fate, this destiny thrust upon her that she didn't want to. I'm really curious, how do this blessing works? Who gets them? How do you get them? Is it destiny? Is it at birth? Is somebody doing the math and calculations and you got this? Is it a bloodline and so on? I have a lot of questions about the blessings here, but yeah, Teresia didn't want this here, and everybody was pushing it to it, especially her father, and Wilhelm was the one that saved her from this fate away, beating her to take the Sword Saint title away from her, to protect her, making her his reason to pick up the sword. He did what many others weren't able to do here, and after this they have the cute moments. Her trying to make him to say he loves her. He kind of says it, but in a roundabout way. They're so cute together there. They finally start a family, being happy here, having the kids there. But after this we see the white whale being a problem, and Heinkel was the one that convinced her to go after the white whale, and of course that definitely fucked up Heinkel. Kind of explains why he's such a piece of shit right now. Imagine doing that to your mother. Of course he didn't intend for her to die, but that thing still sticks with you. You're not gonna get over that despite anybody telling you it's not your fault and so on. And seeing his mother die thanks to her going after the white whale, and this was the thing that also shattered their family. Then the last moments there, when she told Wilhelm, she forced him not to be able to go after her with the wound there if he got close here. And I'll hear your answer when I come back to that. Do you love me? And Wilhelm's biggest regret, he was never able to say those words, tell her. And goddamn, Wilhelm and the Van Astrea family are so good but so tragic. And we see the fight with the whale, the moment she lost the blessing there, when Reinhardt got it, they get pummeled, bodied there, and Pandora also is involved. Why the fuck is Pandora there? Apparently Pandora showed up, she went after Teresia, and she was the one that killed her. So maybe she would have survived if Pandora wasn't there. Maybe they could have gotten away from the whale. Pandora also showing up in Emilia's past there, what happened with the seal. So Pandora is one of the most suspicious characters, to say the least, here. But yeah, Teresia tried to cut Pandora, didn't work, and Pandora just saying, I want to understand you here. And we cut back to the present, a bit of a lucid Teresia. Now, I don't really know how this fully works. Was it just remnants of herself? Maybe her soul connected to her body again, but she had a lucid moment instead of being just a walking dead body here. And Wilhelm and Teresia finally being able to turn to each other. They love each other. And I like how Teresia said it. You stupid, you idiot. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but you said it all the time. Your actions, your body, your smile, your movements, everything, the way you acted. He always told her he loves her without actually saying it. And that was just hit quite hard, and she finally fades away. So Reinhardt having to do this again, of course, obliterated everything. Heinkel comes in, blames him, starts lashing out on Reinhardt, which he technically does have a point there, seeing killing his mother. So, but Reinhardt, he being kind of this cold, calculated, emotionless, he was right. That wasn't really Teresia. What he did, it was technically right. But also still, it's a very emotional moment. You should have some remorse, a bit, some, just, it broke Wilhelm Heinkel even more. And even when Wilhelm told Heinkel, stop, him slowly gathering the dust, the leftover of Teresa after she faded away, and asking Reinhard, do you regret cutting her down? And he's like, no, what I did was right. Okay, you are technically correct. I agree with you. I agree what Reinhard did there was correct. But even Wilhelm says exactly, you are right. I was wrong. Even their previous conversations, what happened before with that and how destroyed the relationship was. Subaru was able to help them get those first steps, but after this, I don't know if there's gonna be any relationship with this family between them. And the way Wilhelm said it after that, go help the others, there's nothing more to say between us. I'm like, damn, just fuck. Imagine going through that. Just all of them have a point. It's just a shitty fucking situation having to go through that just tragedy, and Heinkel just throwing a tantrum. He's a piece of shit. I still don't like him. Might be surprised by him at some point, but from the little that I've seen of Heinkel, I find him annoying. But his circumstances does explain his behavior, doesn't excuse it. So damn, what happened with this family and having this blessing of the Sword Saints, just, it's a blessing and a curse in some way. So yeah, very emotional episode of rezero. Still a lot of things to solve in the town. I focused a lot more on Teresia, Van Astrea family here. Just, yeah, I'm really curious what you guys thought about the episode, what I think about the relationships between them. Just a lot to unpack here, so much, and having to do it again, Reinhardt, damn. Teresia, tragic character. But let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about everything so far. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying rezero. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.